It's really minimal and really simple. What I love the most is my bed, which I sketched with my architect. A bit Japanese inspiration, because I really believe, like the fact that the bed is not too high and the mattress is obviously really, really important. It's made of a really dark chocolate suede. I love my bed a lot. I think it's one of my favorite space in my house as well.
So you probably saw that I do love colour in the house, but in this room, which is our bedroom, I wanted it to be quite calm, quite zen. So we went for this kind of very creamy white, warm colours, just the odd pop of yellow still there. The thing that I get the most comments in when people first walk into this room is about how high the bed is. When I was finishing off the house, the amount of jokes that I had from the decorators, the builders, the upholsterers, about whether or not they needed to make me a ladder to get on the bed. It is very high, but it is very comfy. I literally had a stool at the end of the bed. I had to make it specially so that the dog could get on the bed. The one thing that I wanted was to have quite a sort of impact headboard, but I wanted it to be by how wide it was. So we kind of took it to as wide as the bedside tables and just in this soft wave. I love anything that's a little bit wavy or soft lines. I like the fact that we don't have any art above it and it's just quite clean. The only piece of art we have in the whole room is a little framed menu from a restaurant called Ossip in Somerset. We went to it a year ago and it was just one of the best meals we'd ever had. And I quite like framing things that you wouldn't immediately think are worth framing and just making it into a bit more of a thing. I've got a menu downstairs that's I had dinner in New York with a friend, and her friend was the chef, and she came and had dinner with us and doodled down the recipe of the pasta that we were eating. And I told her, I'm going to frame it, I'm going to put it in my downstairs loo, and she was like, okay, that's a bit weird. And I did it, and then I got a bit cringed out because my friend sent it to her, and I think she thinks I'm a crazy fan now, but I think it looks cool.
The kitchen, the main part of the house, I suppose, where we spend all our time, really. I didn't quite know what I wanted, and this is where I called upon Bakehouse. I didn't want the typical island with the 4 chairs and the lights above it, so we came up with probably about 20 different designs, and then I realised that was the best way of it was going to work in this area. The panelling is a feature throughout the house, so when you walk into the kitchen, the cupboards, without any cupboard doors, blend into the rest of the house as a flowing design. And then you have all this the workspace in the cupboards on this side.
For me, the bathroom started, it was my biggest spend to begin with, and that was the taps. They're paired in a row, and yeah, I blew all my budget initially on taps. Everything is on dimmers, because I just wanted this sense of calm to kind of carry on through to the bathroom, so that this could be a bit of a sanctuary and somewhere to relax and enjoy.
We've created a bigger mastering here. We took some space away from Tabitha's bathroom and recreated our kind of a dream shower. My other half is Greek, so she loves marble, she loves gold.
So this was actually 2 rooms that we knocked through into one large bathroom, and all of the walls felt quite angular, so we wanted to offset that with a really nice round shower, which is over here, which was inspired by a lovely kind of Moroccan bathroom. And then this bath actually is the world's heaviest bath. It was so big and so heavy that we actually couldn't get it up the stairs, so we had to crane it through the bedroom window. It was the most stressful thing ever. So it can't be moved. The floor had to be reinforced.
This is our master bedroom, or where we sleep, and this, I would say, was my first labour of love, because I used this natural St. Leo plaster, which I painstakingly applied over every wall, the ceiling. I colour matched the cornicing, which was had to all be sprayed because it's so tricky to kind of hand paint. And this room I love because it gets the sun first thing in the morning. You can look out at the square and you see these big kind of swaying trees, and I feel like that connection to nature is a good calming wake up.